Okay, I want to talk about something really quickly. Ignore my hair towel. I use this to not get oil on my pillow because my face is greasy, my hair is greasy. But anyway, um, I want to talk about the issues with humanity and our insatiable nature. I was wondering about this with myself when I have insatiable moments. My insatiable moments tend to be with food, as many people's are. Um, and I asked myself, why do I feel this need to I notice that I don't chew as much as I probably should. I take a bite, I chew maybe 5 times and swallow. Like, why is this insatiableness? And I look around the world and, things you see online and in real life, how we humans are constantly insatiable with everything that we do. I was listening to documentaries about, I think I was listening to documentaries about, oh, it was the Y Files about the Knights Templar, or the Knights Templar, and how they became this big thing. And, eventually the Catholic Church shut them down and, well, killed them and shut them down, apparently. Um, And I was thinking, when people become too powerful and, they feel like they can't be, other powers that be feel like they can't control them, that becomes a problem. And there's this insatiableness need to have everything. I was also watching a video of a YouTuber who was redoing her closet and just all these designer things. And it's like, what do you need 1,000 purses for? Like, why do you need 1,000 pair of clothes or shoes? And the need to have something that we think is rare, spending, crazy amounts of money on things that we think are rare when when reality is just a gimmick, to make people with money buy things they don't need. And people without money buy things they don't need. But it's just this incredible insatiableness for more, more, more. And I think I finally figured out why. I think they talk about how mankind, we started to really develop, and I know this is all over the place. It's going to come together, I promise. How mankind, we, our societies developed relatively in the past, 15, 20,000 years, something like that. And, that people believe it was aliens and things like that that helped man to develop. That may be true, that might not be true. What I think happened from the original appearance of man to now is that I believe we lost something really essential. We probably lost it in a very dramatic and quick way. I think for many thousands of years, man was satisfied with what it had. There was a satisfaction in self that didn't require the need for more or better, or this constant insatiable need to have. At first I thought it was just something that we've been told, and I believe that's a part of the problem, but it's something more. I believe that we truly lost our connection. And not just the general connection with self, connection with the things around us, yes, but we, I'm trying to find words to describe it. I can't really find any better words except to say we lost connection, with the oneness. I feel like whenever I am in that insatiable mode and I just want food or whatever it is that I want, what I'm really looking for is a connection. And at first I thought maybe it's a connection with people or a connection to some higher God or thing. But no, it's a deeper connection with myself, but a connection with something beyond the beyond. It's so hard to describe, but I think that's why we're all so fucking miserable. And some people would say, oh no, I'm not miserable, I'm not sad, I'm just, I'm fine. But when you look at our lives, we're not fine. I'm sorry, something in my eye. We're absolutely not fine. Because of the way we live, the things that we find are acceptable. I was in a comment section and a person was saying, oh, I appreciate, not my videos, but someone else, I appreciate your videos because they help me take my mind off of being homeless, because the person was homeless. And in the comments below that, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope things get better for you. And I hope things will turn around and good luck and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with us? That's your fellow human being says to you that they're homeless and you're not outraged. It's just like, oh, well, good luck. We as a society, that doesn't outrage us that one of our own doesn't have what they need. That's someone, in my opinion, a group of people who are really miserable. Because when you're miserable, it's easy to be okay or even inflict misery on other people. It's okay to, in your mind, allow someone else to live in your own misery. I don't think people get that. Happy people, genuinely happy people, they have no desire to inflict pain on anyone else. And people who feel like they have everything they need, truly feel like they have everything that they need. And I don't think people who exist like that are extremely rare. Probably less than 1% of the population. Those people, they give freely and they never feel like they lack anything. Like they could give everything and still never feel like they lack anything. I don't think people like that exist. Not truly. Not really. But to hear that another human being doesn't have what they need and we as a society are okay with that, we're sick and we're miserable and we're totally disconnected from the true reality within and around us, beyond us. And I say beyond because we think about the universe as one consciousness, but there's a existence beyond that we don't quite understand. And in that existence is where everything is truly everything. I feel like the universe is kind of like an idea, and the thing beyond the universe is beyond of beyond of beyond. But I feel like we really are the way we are. I think we're chaotic and we kill hard and we love hard. And we require so much of ourselves. We require so much of each other. Impossible requirements for all of us to meet. Because we all are truly, utterly, and completely miserable. Every single one of us. And I think there may be people who aren't, but I don't think they're 100% not miserable. I feel like that's a lie. Because it's like, how could you not be? If you're living in a world where the way we live exists, how could you not be miserable as a result of that? Even if you were like the guruest of guru, and you're in peace and nirvana and all this other shit. You can't possibly be completely in bliss when the world we live in is the way it is. You can't. Like that, if that doesn't bother you, then you're fucking sick. You know, I'm not delusional against that. I'm a part of the sickness. You down with the sickness? But I'm a part of the sickness, I'm a part of the problem, and I'm a part of the misery. I'm very clear on that. I think people like me are hardwired to feel every ounce of that. And we can't shy away from it as much as we would like to. We can't. I can't not see it. And it can't not ever not make me sad. I was asking myself this question of how do I get back to that connection? Because when I analyze all the things that I want, I say, I want this, I want that, da, da, da. I don't want any of those things. I mean, I need them to survive, but I don't want them. I don't want money. And I know that because I throw it away. I throw it away. I don't want it because it doesn't bring me the fulfillment and the connection that my heart really desires. Food doesn't bring me the connection, but it does simulate the connection in my brain with the dopamine and all of that. It fills my body so that I can feel filled with something other than the sadness, you know. It's the only thing that simulates that connection as close as anything has ever done so. And nothing has quite matched food for me. I don't think it ever will. But I asked myself, how do I get to that connection? And I know that I never will be free of misery because I'm a human being. And I think that's a part of the experience. At least a part of the experience right now in this lifetime. I do believe that there will be a time where humans won't experience this all the time. But I feel like we truly lost the connection. And that is why we became extremely insatiable. I don't think it really had anything to do with aliens or Anunnaki or whatever these people come up with. I feel like all of that is a distraction. All of that is propaganda. It's no coincidence as to why that has come out now of all the years it could possibly come out. Why a lot of these things are being revealed or spoken to people. I feel like it's all a distraction. The whole alien thing is a distraction. The whole religious thing is a distraction. Political thing, a distraction. Everything to distract you from the truth. There is no spoon. That you're fucking miserable. That you're totally disconnected. That's what the distractions are for. To make you forget that you're totally disconnected. Because if you ever get like me, where you realize none of those things mean anything, that none of the conspiracies, even though I love conspiracies because I love a good story, none of those things mean anything. Nothing. They're just a huge fucking distraction. If you ever get to the point like me where the things that the things that a lot of people would use to fill that empty space, even if it's something good, even if it's something like volunteering or helping people, which if you feel inclined to do, you should do, obviously. But I'm saying people use that as a crutch to fill that connection or the lack of that connection. But if you get to the point where you realize none of it works, if many people get to the point where they remember that none of it will ever fill that void of connection, that means you'll have to stop and reconnect. Or at least figure out how, or have the desire to. Because once you do that, those who attempt to control you with misinformation cannot and will not ever again. I feel like in a way this sounds like a cliche. I wish that I could really find the words to describe exactly what it is that I'm trying to say, because I don't feel like I'm accurately portraying it. But this connection, we try to find it through religion and um, believing in different gods and goddesses, which again, it's not a bad thing. It's all an attempt to reconnect to the deeper parts of us. But I feel like I'm at a point where I don't want any more distractions. Or at least I can't allow myself to believe that they'll actually work when I know they won't. Um, but this connection, again, is beyond the universe. It's beyond the multiverse. It's beyond the beyonds of beyond. It's something very simple and very profound and also very dark. I feel oftentimes when I get close to it, there's the human part of me that is terrified, that shies away, that tries to run away. I think partly because it's not familiar, but I think the other part is because it's such a vastness that I don't quite understand. And it's unfamiliar and it feels like a threat. And I think that's why we run away. Whenever that connection wants to reconnect, we run away. Because it's so foreign, it's been gone from us for so long. I believe the ability to be telepathic. I believe that when man decided to create language, written language and spoken language, that was the ultimate proof that we disconnected, that we fell. Whatever the fall is, that was proof of the fall. Because when you're truly connected, there's no need for anything as primitive as language in written anything. There's no need. There's no need for things like money and religion and belief systems. There's nothing to believe in. You are it. And because we've been taught that humans are feeble and weak and we have no value, we can't see that. I find myself even battling with that. But anything else that anyone tries to make you believe, that is not the ultimate truth, that you are it. You're the only thing. You are the only thing that ever been and ever will be. You're the only thing you've ever needed to worship because you're the only thing that exists. Anything else is just a reminder of the truth that you are the one. There is no other one. There's only the one, which is you. That's it. Any other belief system is a distraction, mostly lies, and an attempt to get back that connection that we've lost. In my opinion. My opinion. But I thought I'd talk about that before I go to sleep. Thanks for listening.